I swear to God, I found my own missing person poster tacked to a decaying billboard in a dusty, forgotten town 3 states away from my actual home. And the image staring back at me absolutely shattered my entire understanding of reality. My heart hammered against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat of pure adrenaline as I stared at the photo, recognizing my own horrified expression from a photo taken years ago, feeling utterly disconnected from myself. The date listed for my alleged disappearance was exactly 2 years ago today, an impossible detail that sent an icy shiver down my spine, considering I distinctly remembered having a normal breakfast just this very morning. I carefully tore the faded sheet from the rotting wood, the paper brittle and cold against my trembling fingertips, feeling an overwhelming dread as if I were desecrating my own grave in that deserted, desolate, forgotten place.
The phone number on the poster's bottom belonged to a local sheriff's department in a county I'd never even heard of, making the entire bizarre situation feel profoundly wrong and incredibly disorienting right in that unsettling moment. As I stood there, clutching my own missing face, a rusty, dilapidated truck rumbled by, its headlights briefly illuminating the decaying storefronts of the eerily quiet Main Street, intensifying my profound sense of isolation. A flicker of movement in a darkened alleyway across the street caught my eye, a shadow too fast to identify, igniting an immediate primal fear that someone was watching me find myself, adding another layer of terror. I ran back to my car, fumbling with the keys, the fear tightening its grip around my throat, desperate to escape that unsettling town and the chilling implications of my impossible discovery, my heart pounding violently.
Every mile I drove away, I kept glancing in my rearview mirror, convinced I would see that rusty truck or a lurking shadow following me, the poster crumpled on the passenger seat, an undeniable, haunting presence. The image on the poster, my own face looking out, felt like a premonition, a warning from a version of myself lost to time, or perhaps something far more sinister than simple memory loss, utterly unsettling. I haven't slept properly since, waking in cold sweats, convinced that a part of me truly went missing 2 years ago, and the person living now is merely a shadow, an echo, a terrifying substitute. Now, whenever I see a mirror, I don't just see myself, I see the face from that poster, a ghost of what I was, wondering who put it there and what truly happened to the me that was lost. I was browsing a tiny antique shop in rural Nebraska, just passing through, when I stumbled upon an old, dusty corkboard near the register, covered in faded community flyers, and impossibly, my own face. My blood ran cold, an arctic blast through my veins as I stared at the missing person flyer, the photo clearly me from 5 years ago, looking younger, more naive, and undeniably missing since last Tuesday. Last Tuesday, I was at work, living my mundane life, yet this poster claimed a different reality, stating my name, age, and describing clothes I had worn precisely 5 years prior, which made no sense. A thick scar above my left eyebrow, which I explicitly got in a car accident last year, was completely absent from the photo, suggesting the picture was indeed from much earlier, before the accident ever occurred. The antique shop owner, a wiry old man with unsettlingly pale eyes, coughed behind the counter, making me jump. And then he asked, "Found something interesting there, young lady? Something special for you?" His voice was raspy, too knowing, and his gaze lingered on me a moment too long,
sending an immediate wave of intense dread through my entire body, making me feel like helpless prey in his unsettling hunting grounds. I quickly stammered an excuse, stuffing the poster into my purse, feeling his unsettling eyes follow my every frantic movement as I stumbled towards the exit, desperate to escape his chilling presence right then. Driving away, I noticed a small, hand-painted sign next to the shop that read, "Welcome to Whisper Creek. Population unknown." A detail that inexplicably filled me with even more profound, creeping, existential terror.
I started researching Whisper Creek, finding absolutely nothing official, just cryptic local forums discussing strange disappearances and persistent rumors of a peculiar old shop owner who collects lost things from travelers. Now I see glimpses of that old man's face in crowds, just fleeting shadows, but enough to trigger panic attacks, convinced he somehow stole my missing identity, or perhaps a part of my actual soul. Every time I check my reflection, I almost expect that scar to vanish, to see the younger, unblemished face from the poster, feeling like my current existence is merely borrowed time, a terrifying deception. I'm utterly convinced that I really was missing for a week 5 years ago, and whatever returned wasn't entirely me. A chilling thought that haunts my waking hours and utterly consumes my darkest dreams.
Hiking a secluded trail in the Appalachian foothills, miles from anywhere familiar, I found a yellowed, rain-streaked missing person poster stapled to an ancient moss-covered oak, and the face on it was unmistakably mine. My blood instantly turned to ice, my breath hitched, and a wave of pure, unadulterated terror washed over me. Seeing my own distraught eyes staring back, the missing since date marked just 3 months ago. But I hadn't been missing. I was living my life, working, paying bills, completely unaware of this parallel reality. Yet this poster depicted my exact hiking gear, right down to the unique pattern on my backpack. Suddenly, the forest felt oppressive. The rustling leaves sounded like whispers, and every shadow seemed to hold a lurking presence, as if I had walked into a trap meant for my former, lost self.
I tore the poster from the tree, my fingers shaking uncontrollably, desperate to erase the impossible evidence. But the imprint of the staples remained like tiny, accusing wounds on the ancient bark, a permanent scar. As I hurried away, a faint, almost inaudible whistle echoed through the trees, a melody I recognized from my own childhood, a tune only my grandmother used to hum, sending a fresh wave of panic through me. Now I constantly check my reflection, convinced that if I stare long enough, I'll see the terror of the missing me superimposed on my own face, a chilling prophecy of a fate I barely escaped. I haven't been back to those woods, but sometimes, on still nights, I hear that same faint, haunting whistle, carried on the wind, a terrifying reminder that someone or something is still looking for me.
While volunteering at a local homeless shelter in a city I'd never visited before, I saw a forgotten stack of old flyers in a dusty corner, and the top one was an eerie missing person alert for me. It wasn't just my face. It was an incredibly specific photo from my high school ID, a picture I hated, taken almost 15 years ago, a detail that made my blood run instantly cold with profound shock. The poster stated I'd been missing since graduation night,
a night I vividly remembered celebrating with all my friends, making this impossible discovery a deeply unsettling breach of my entire personal timeline. My full name, accurate date of birth, even my childhood nickname were printed there. Details so intimate they could only have come from someone incredibly close, someone who truly knew me before I became missing.
The volunteer coordinator, a kind, elderly woman, saw my profound distress and remarked, "Oh dear, that flyer is truly ancient. We just keep forgetting to throw those old, useless things away. They're so utterly forgotten." Her unsettling nonchalance somehow made it worse. The idea that my missing status was so old and forgotten, so utterly mundane to them, twisted a knife in my gut, creating a chilling sense of profound anonymity. I left the shelter feeling completely disembodied, haunted by the implication that an entire version of my life had simply vanished, leaving behind only this faded paper ghost, an unsettling, ghostly record. Now, I can't shake the chilling thought that the life I've been living since graduation isn't entirely mine, that I'm merely inhabiting someone else's space, a terrifying existential imposter of my true lost self.
While clearing out my recently deceased grandmother's attic, packed with generations of forgotten junk, I uncovered a small, dusty box containing old family photos and, shockingly, a missing person poster of me. The photo was from my 5th birthday party, a blurry, happy snapshot, but the text below declared I had vanished from our family vacation home 50 years ago, a literal lifetime before I was born. My grandmother had never mentioned anything about a missing child, let alone me as a missing child, making this discovery a deeply unsettling revelation, a horrifying, unspoken secret she carried to her grave. The poster explicitly listed a specific address for the missing person incident, a remote, dilapidated cabin deep in the woods of northern Michigan, a place I had always felt an inexplicable, chilling, magnetic pull towards.
A cold dread immediately washed over me. Had I been unknowingly drawn to my own disappearance site? The thought sent an icy tendril of fear coiling through my stomach, making the dusty attic feel instantly claustrophobic. My full name on the poster was absolutely identical, even the unique middle name, solidifying the impossible connection, making me question everything I thought I knew about my past and my very identity itself. I haven't told anyone, haunted by the chilling implication that I'm not who I think I am, that my entire life has been a terrifying, elaborate lie orchestrated by forces beyond my comprehension, utterly alone. Now the cabin calls to me in my dreams, a silent, menacing siren, and I fear one day I will answer, walking into my own forgotten past, becoming the truly missing person on that faded poster, forever.